Well, so far, it's strange at this time of the season to have like a contraction or a niggle in your hamstring, something that you're very aware of. And I think I went to Bellinzona. I was in Bellinzona and I got some treatment for a couple of days. And I think the last 2 days have been very optimistic. I was able to sprint, and today I'm looking forward to going back to practice and see how everything is. But I think it should work out well. It's not 100%, but again, I'm optimistic. I was challenging Mondo to a pole vault challenge whenever he's ready. And I think it's going to be fantastic. I'll be prepping for him for next season. I think I was just, unsure of who I was and what I wanted to accomplish and how I, saw myself. And I think at this time or point in my career, I'm a lot more relaxed and I'm enjoying the atmosphere, the competition. And I think for me, what I realize is, once you, I guess, work hard and you're still passionate about what you want to do, you just have to come out, have fun. And when you're relaxed, you actually definitely run a lot better than you thought you could.
My first impression was when I first got here. It's very beautiful, and I mean, from thinking back when I was in like AAU, like just 2 years ago, I would never knew that I would get this far. So it's like every time I get to travel to a new country, it's a blessing. So I'm sick of the question. I knew the question is gonna come. I just learned how to deal with it. It's never gonna go nowhere until I start falling off, like when I get, when I start. So the question's not going to go nowhere. And so I just learned how to deal with it and I'm very honored to be within the conversation as somebody great as him.
Like I said, like it's a combination of a lot of things. First of all, you have to be in the right shape and you have to be ready for it physically and mentally. But also, outside of that, the factors that you can't control, like the weather, are very important. I think people underestimate how important the wind plays a factor in when you're jumping. We're carrying this like 5 meters, 20 long sail, and it's really tough with the speed and the rhythm on the runway if you have some wind that's either on the side or headwind. So things like that play a big factor in how high you can jump or where you choose to jump to. So those are just kind of like game time decisions depending on what's going on. I think there's a few things really. Honestly, like first off, it's a beautiful stadium. It's a beautiful stadium, and it's a beautiful place to jump, and it's a place that I can jump high and that I have jumped high. So that's always a very convincing and fun thing that always makes you want to come back. And my father probably said that because we've had a few fun times with some Belgian beers after the meets here. So that was probably why he had some nice words for it too.
We just competed against each other in Lausanne. We always line up against each other, so we know what to expect from each other. You just go out there, focus on your lane, your 10 hurdles, and do the best that you can do.
Well, for my university part, I'm gonna start next semester when I get back. From traveling and stuff, and for the high school part of it, it's done. It's out of the window now. I graduated in May, so everything has been a smooth transition, nothing really too hard. So I'm excited for the next chapter of life as in school.
It's a combination of a lot of things. First off, but I think that experience at the highest level, and if you look at videos and competitions from just a few years back, it wasn't the same kind of jumping and relaxing and jumping as freely as I am now. And I think that when you do something as much as I have, and I'm starting to get pretty comfortable at at this kind of level of the event, and just with my technique and with my jump, and that I can go into competitions and I can really have 100% trust and belief in my abilities and what I can do. So I still have the nerves and I still have the normal little butterflies that everybody else has, before the competition. But I feel like when I'm able to step out onto the track, I feel like it kind of more just turns into more adrenaline and excitement. I'm able to just kind of channel that and kind of just jump freely.
A lot of things are in my state of mind. I have consistently run, 10-6 so far. And I think for me, being able to do that and at different points in the season, first 100 I did at the championship, and after the championship and running 3 races basically, back to back, then you kind of know that, okay, 10.5 is definitely possible to do. And so, once I'm able to get to that mark, then anything is possible.
And I have 2 more competitions here in Zurich, which are 2 very important competitions to me. So I think, the shape's good and the motivation is definitely still there. And so I'm hungry, and there's still some things that I want to do. Feels like the job's not finished yet. So try to attack these last 2 meets hard and try to jump as high as I can. What that height's going to be, depends on the day. But I think I'm capable of something good.
If I'm being honest, I think at one point I definitely thought about calling it a season after Lausanne because I didn't want to take any risk. And then I was like, okay, then I'll get a couple of days and I'll get some training. I actually got a scan done, and they said, it was just like the contraction of the muscle, and I got a second scan and it was good. So for me, I think that is definitely something that has kept me here and making me be here. I know it's not 100%, but I'm still very, again, optimistic about what I can do tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to that. So I got the days off, and I actually got some sprint work in yesterday and the day before, and it wasn't bad. So again, this is why I'm here at this meet, just to kind of see where I'm at. And if all works well and it works out, then I may still choose to do another race, because mentally I think I'm at this place where I've done the background work and I feel so good, leading into Lausanne. I felt really good, and I didn't want to waste that, you know what I mean? But I still wanted not to risk anything about next year. Next year is always there, and one thing my coach told me is there's something that you did this year, chances are you can replicate that next year, so don't worry too much about it. So let's see.
I remember the good parts of last year, honestly. And I really like being here in Brussels. I think that it's a really good place to jump. The energy in the stadium is it's fantastic, like we were talking about earlier. And so I really do believe that this is a place that you can jump high. That's a big part of the reason why I'm here. And it's honestly just one of the more fun meets to be at. So last year was super amazing. So trying to build on something like that, and hopefully even take it one step further.
Relaxation is definitely the key to sprinting fast, and I think I have learned that especially this year as a sprinter, and it has definitely helped me to improve. And because of that, I know that there's more to give, because for me, if I'm able to sprint, if my sprint mechanics is done properly and I'm relaxed and I'm able to hit top speed at about 60 going into 70, I know that I can do great things with that. So I think the fact that I'm still learning things at this stage of my career and it's working for me, then, I'm really optimistic about making sure that I put those races together the right way and not rush the phases.
Just watching how it's over the past years, from my freshman year in college to, I used to train with Kenny when we was at Kentucky, and, seeing her break the world record right there, that's a standard. She set a new standard, and it's all right, we have something else to chase. And I think the good thing about it is that we don't really duck nothing. It's all right, we're gonna line up and go. But I think that pushes us more, and why everyone is seeing the times that they're seeing. We know what we're capable of. So every time that we do line up, we're not gonna give nothing mediocre for real. We're definitely going to give a show. And honestly, I still think there's still more to come. I expect more from myself and others, every time we step out there. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. If it isn't this year, then it's coming.
I have one question for Mondo right here from
Okay.
Jamaica.
Go ahead,
How
Julian.
fast will you say you can do in 100 meter against me?
Wait, what'd you say?
Against me.
Against you?
Yeah.
I would beat you, yeah.
All right. Okay. Survey says that's a lie. That's a lie. I think explain to us how sprinting and pole vault works, because I don't see you doing a lot of sprint work.
How do you know what I do?
I know because I see the backyard pole vault thing. I didn't see you do any, 20 meters, 10 meters, run up.
45 meters.
45? Are you sure?
I should be sure of my own run, yeah.
Okay. So
I ran the 100-meter a few times in high school.
Few times.
2018.
When?
Huh?
18, 19, 20, 21. That's 5 years ago.
And I'm a lot faster than 5 years ago.
Wanna bet?
I would want to bet a lot.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
good.
If you want, next year we put a 100-meter.
We do, yeah, next year just Brussels, me against Chile. Just like this, 100-meter.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Good.